Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Waseca County. We got cows. I always wanted to say that. Yes, we got the cows. We were able to find a few. Let's put it that way. Let me just scroll down here, do a little thing, making sure I got game audio. Everything looks good. I got my mic, I got the video, I got audios. All right. We bought a new mixing wagon. Got to play with a couple of loads. The forks for the tractor here, and we have realized that this tractor is not really rated for loading into that. Yeah, I can clear it, and as I start dumping, then I start really tipping the trailer. So we're gonna have to work on buying a new setup for our TMR, especially for loading and unloading the silage. But yeah, we've got cows. We were able to buy a few. Forget exactly how many it was that we were able to buy. We found 20 younglings at 6 months and a handful at 18. So they're starting to. Reproduction is going to start here shortly. But that's all we could buy. We're gonna have to place some calls out to see if we can get an order for the February-March timeframe for calving season. But yeah, our money situation is a little short as well. Yeah, I know it's 189,000, but we've got to make sure that we have enough to cover through the winter months for our loan. So, what does that mean? It means contracts. Oh, we got another. This is a sunflower one. I think we'll go ahead and accept this one and borrow the equipment for it. And then we got some hoeing jobs. Let's go ahead and borrow the equipment for that. I need to clear the space out. I forgot. Oh, yikes. John Deere. I wish we could set it up to where we borrow case equipment. And having this here. Definitely an interesting proposition. It works on some things, but others. I mean, like, I should have. Now, where do we got to go for this? Oh, okay. That's just south of us. So let's go ahead and get this taken over. I'll be doing the harvesting as I get AI workers to start on some other things. Let's go ahead and turn some beacons on, some flashers, open the map. Car coming, gotta get to the ditch. So yep, it's this field right here. Let's go ahead and get her unfolded. We gotta wait for the rain to stop anyway, so let the hydraulics settle down. When is the rain gonna stop? Yeah, it's gonna be. We're gonna be harvesting in the rain, I think. So let's go grab the semi, and then I need to set this up to where contracts are not being dropped off in our farmyard. Yeah, didn't think about the rain. This winter's a little bit on the not so fun side. Good morning, Mopar. Welcome in. Yep, I'm back on Farming Sim 25. Tomorrow I got some things I need to do, so FS25 is going to be limited. I've got to do some computer work. I may jump onto ATS tomorrow. I don't know if I'll stream ATS tomorrow, but I'll at least play it for a little bit. After I get my computer work done, I've got to prioritize that first. Upcoming projects I need to complete. Okay, yes, we are taking the back way to the field for the hoeing job. AI do this. Alright, we need to also get rid of store deliveries. We need to figure out what the left shift, left alt, S to do it. Left shift, left alt, and X. Okay, it's reset back to the store. And go ahead and accept this one as well. We got a plowing contract that will take. That one's field 4, so that's all the way on the east side, or west side of the map. Easy enough. Let's go ahead and accept that contract, and we will send the big case out for it. Where is the big case? There it is. Put away for some reason. Yep, I know it's not the preferred thing, plowing in the rain, but, you know. We gotta do what we gotta do. Same with the harvest. We got to get it done. You know, time's on a crunch cycle right now. It's November, and yeah, we can't wait any longer. Although it is a contract, I could have let it go, but I won't be worried about saving the sunflowers for us. We don't have any bin storage. And I swore I plowed this field for these guys once already. Alright. And I'm still tempted. Do I want to do some fertilizing? We're not using that spreader, that's for sure. We're using that guy. And 24 is... How can... Okay, I see what they did. Alright. So let's go ahead and... that's south of us. That one's way south of us. That one is on the east side. So we'll it's just the downfall. Do I let AI actually buy the fertilizer? Or do I buy it? Or do I not do those three? I'm thinking we not do those three because I hate spending money to buy material for a contract. Because we're looking at $2,000 per 1,000 liters. And these fields could take up a lot more than that. When's the rain going to stop again? Not soon enough. Not soon enough. We're just going to go ahead and speed up some time here a little bit. See if we can get it to end relatively quickly. Okay, as long as it's snowing, that's fine. Okay. Need to unfold the harvester. There we go. See the inner workings do some things. Yeah, that display, I don't know what the heck, why it looks like it's broken. For some strange reason, the hoeing contracts they start off around 92% complete. I'm gonna say, I think I'm in the right field for field 27. There we go, we finally got 1%. We get to see how much we get for sunflowers. I didn't see any notification pop up saying that harvesting in the rain was detrimental to the harvest, aka lower yields. long as we can get this done before it starts raining again here in a couple hours, which, I mean, we'll definitely get it done. That's not going to be a problem. We just don't want the snow to accumulate on us like it did yesterday, last night in the stream for our soybeans. Trying to get our case harvester going up the hills was difficult. If the header was up, we could climb the hill pretty easily. If the header was in the operating position, then it was good luck reaching 1 mile an hour. Wrong button. One of the GPS and not the header. Next things we gotta buy for our case is a corn header, but we can wait until next summer for that. You know, we'll get the gearing Hoff for the corn, the one that can fold up. That way we don't have to buy a trailer for it. Getting more sunflowers than I thought we would. Oh, they're at, this is 20,000 or 16,200 liter capacity combine. So we may reach it all the way to the end. Or at least we'll find out. taking a look at Streamlabs, seeing the viewer count. Thank you all for joining me. Welcome in. Even if you are just lurking, just taking a quick little gander, I do appreciate you coming in for that. Hit that like button if you feel like it. Two. Is this a triple bottom? We are empty. Okay. And this video stream is driving me nuts. Let's go ahead and refresh that one. There, I'll put another stream up so that I got a little bit of viewing material in front of me. Wow, we're like a half an hour into this contract and this vehicle is just filthy now. Not even a half an hour. It's ridiculous. Okay, so we do have a... Looks like our hoeing contract is done. That was up here. We get to send the hoe on to the next one. I can't remember, was there a weeding contract as well? Nope, no weeds. No additional hoes. A soybean that we could possibly do, but that amount of money is pretty low for my standard right now. Kind of waiting for the field 2 AI worker to get done doing whatever it is that they're doing. Even though it said that the hoeing was done on 2, that AI worker is still doing something, so we'll just let him be. We only have to move him down to field 7 anyway, so it's just right there. Yeah, we'll just wait for the notification saying the AI worker has completed their task. we'll do is when we get this machine full, we'll go and start unloading and then go deal with that styer with the rotary hoe. Apparently I'm too far away. On the far side. Okay. Are they done messing around yet? Let's grab our second semi and we'll take that over as well. Take out a stop sign. Jackknife imminent. Okay, the plow's done. We'll get this guy to the road. Okay, I think that'll be fine for now. Finally, they've completed their task. All because the contract system for the rotary hose are messed up. Okay, let's go ahead and deal with this. The field it needs to work on is just on the other side of that tree grove over there. That field. Okay, I'm gonna get them started off. And away we go. Welcome in, viewers. Glad to have you all here. Thank you for joining me this morning on Waseca County. Please make sure to hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Last night in the stream I had the most viewers I've ever seen in my stream. We had 56. And that was actually right there toward the end, about the 1:30 a.m. mark. am gonna say that growing up on Dad's farm and being one of the combine operators, yeah, if we were like 4 days straight in a field, we'd have to Windex the windshield, you know. But not after doing 2 passes in a field. Jeez Louise. Giants really outdid themselves with how fast the vehicles get dirty. And I want to say currently I do not have the mod for reducing wear and dirt textures. So if we have to repair equipment, it's going to be expensive. $1,600 wage payment. Ugh. Ouch. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the case home. We'll set the destination to right here. Kind of watch them for a little bit, make sure they get to the road. Because anytime I have a AI worker leave my farm, they run into my mailbox and then get stuck on the mailbox. Yep, looks like the case made her home just fine. More harvesting. Top off the borrowed semi first. Yeah, I nailed it fairly decent. Was in one of the people's discords there a moment ago. but I follow Nacho Cast. And he was talking about how he has to see my upgraded cows, cyborg cows. So I had to send him a picture of a cyborg cow. Looks like that's another contract that's on the verge of completion. Just gotta wait for the AI worker to get done making laps. And that was our plow, so we can go ahead and click that one. Yeah, $72,000 carrot harvest. No, thank you. The only time I would do that is to rent a Colossus harvester for the vegetables with a 25-meter working width. That's the only way I'll do those contracts ever. Yes, I'm kind of known for doing vegetables on my main game save, but no. I try not to do them on the streaming side because they are long and boring. That and the equipment that they give you for doing those contracts are woefully undermanned. Let's put it that way. Oh yeah, it's a four or 6 row harvester. Still working with the 4 meters on a 35 acre field. No. Oh, and you need AI to run that while you sit there and drive beside it the entire time with a trailer? No. make it to the end. We will see. We're almost 50% of the way done with this field. Finally, the AI workers completed the task. I don't see any more of that, so let's just go ahead and complete those two. Back up to 200,000 in the bank. Good morning, Sean Allison. Welcome in. Thank you for being new. How's it going on this fine Sunday for you? And with the 10 viewers that are currently watching, thank you all for being here. I appreciate every single one of you for joining my stream today. If you feel like it, please hit the like button and subscribe. That way you get more farming sim content. I try to stream 5 days a week, Wednesday through Saturday. Oops. That's a good thing it's a contract. We don't destroy the stuff. Anyway, it doesn't hurt anything other than just getting the viewership out there more to the public. And thank you for the like and subscribe there, Sean. Going pretty good. I'm just a little bored, lol, because nobody wants to play multiplayer. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Yeah, the only downfall of multiplayer is making sure that you have all the mods on your system that the host does or the server does. Turn that bad boy back on. And we gotta find the spot where we ended. Where is it at? Yeah, we just like barely turned in. keep up on my phone notifications as I'm doing this. But we are now officially halfway done with the field. And like I said, we pretty much did all the contracts we wanted to. Fertilizing, I'm not going to touch. We're not doing root vegetables. Even with the ROPA. We've got this soybean contract that just really, in my opinion, doesn't pay me enough to do it. Cotton harvesting, nope. Stone picking, that's too much babysitting. Yep, I believe the contracts are done for the season after we get done with the sunflowers here. Should probably grab my winter jacket for the day, but I'm in a nice climate controlled combine, so. I need to remember when we can sell stuff. December for our barley, June for the corn, December for the oats, June for the soybeans. That's not a good number. Let's get off of that page. Okay. Yep, just our cows, plus 2 additional barns that we have yet to use. And each barn will hold 200. I forget how many this one will hold. I think it's like 120, so when we're in full beef production on this map, it's going to be over 500 head of cattle that we're having to maintain. Which means that next season, this will need to be planted to grass. That one needs to be planted to grass. Then I'll probably buy this one and we'll maintain a large section of corn and soybeans. Get that little grass field there, that really doesn't count. We got this one over here. We may buy this one later on. But, I mean, at 1.1 million, yeah, I can't afford that. So it'll probably be these two here that we buy. Next season, got to maintain the corn silage, which means we need to get another large bunker silo built somewhere. Because I honestly don't know if the two that I put on the property will be able to support it. And this field here, the only place that we could really put a large bunker silo is this section here, which takes out a bunch of the property, the arable land. Can't put anything there. We don't own this section here. That's part of field 20. We could put it over here, but then that's a long trip to go do our feeding, so I'll probably cordon off an area over here to build the large bunker silo. That way we're by our main cattle lot and our two secondary feeds. And with all of the grass that we need to do, converting to hay, we're going to have to... Oh, we're also going to need a lot of straw too, so we're going to have a large field of wheat. So maybe like that field down there, that's 500,000. Or this field up here, that's 500,000. Yep. We're in the growing pains of beef cattle industry. We need the straw for the manure and the slurry. I mean, we don't have to, but I am going to be building a production on this map for making fertilizer. Good morning, Cajun. It's actually snowing. I waited until the rain stopped before I started my harvesting. And I haven't seen any indication saying that harvesting in the snow is reducing your yield. And this is a contract anyway, so it's not, that big of a deal. I'm not trying to keep any excess sunflowers. But yeah, if it was raining, yeah, I would definitely not be harvesting right now. And according to the forecast, I've got to get this done before 3 p.m. before the rain hits again. And before the snow really starts accumulating. Stain, welcome in. Glad to have you all here. And like I said, I believe this is the last official harvest that I'm doing on this season. And the only thing we got to take care of is the cattle over the winter. The coffee pot's half full. Come on over and grab some. I made a fresh pot this morning. Just let yourself in, you know. I wouldn't even knock on the door, just open it up, come on in. The early warning alarm system I have may try to stop you, but scratch its head enough and it'll let you in. At least we don't have to go too far in this contract to unload. Just right over here. We get to try out the new Matzi modified ramp system on the grain elevator. Thank you for that, Stain Man. Glad you were able to give Cajun his cup of coffee. I would say it's actually fairly realistic on how the sunflowers sound entering the header. Good thing I don't have to wash the equipment before returning it back to the dealer on these contracts. It's going to take a few hours of washing to get this thing clean. Maybe one of these days I'll actually get more than 3 or 4 hours of sleep. Not at the southern border yet, up the map. We'll need that out sometime. Yeah, Cajun, what's your game plan? Are you jumping onto Louisiana, or are you going to do some on-the-road trucking today? Alright, that guy's full. We'll take the cream colored International over and get that emptied. Yeah, Stain, I would say it's the latter on that. Or a third possibility is he's getting himself some breakfast. Cracking one open for breakfast. Okay, make your corner there, buddy, because I need to make a wider one. Doing the front bin, and we got 3 on this trailer. Cajun is on Louisiana. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the middle. Yeah, the new production on the map is right there. That is an ethanol plant. And it's only worth $80,000. I was taking a look at it yesterday. Where do we got to go? We got to go here. It is Central Ethanol. To make diesel, you can use canola. And then soybeans, sorghum, and corn. And then with that the meals that you make out of that, you can actually use that for another production. I forget. I think it's part of the pig food. Yeah, there's two different. Maybe not. Okay, yeah, that one takes a soybean meal or soybeans, and then this one takes a soybean meal as well. So yeah, we may end up buying this one later on in our series. There's also another mod out there. It is I believe it's still a third-party mod. And we may be dropping that down on here as well. But it's actually a processing plant for beef cattle. So yes, we may drop that one down because we're doing a beef cattle ranch here, where we can actually make steaks and briskets and all that fun stuff. Not necessarily it labels it steak and brisket, but you can take your cattle there for more profit. Take out the culvert. We Okay, while this is unloading, I've got to step away for just like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Text message from a friend showed up. Had to answer it real quick. Okay, where were we? Doing something. And since my mouse decided to stop working, okay. Gonna do a little something here. I know this person, it's Staxis Gaming, just showed up. I'm gonna find Mr. Cajun Savage and get him pulled up. Say hi to him. There we go. Make sure to give him a like and a follow as well. We'll come over here. Let's do some CAJUN. Enter. There we go. And start, turn down for what? Do 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 do. Yeah, make sure to check out Cajun. He's a good man. We always have some good fun conversations in Discord on Friday and Saturday night chattings as we're sitting here all playing the game, different games even. Last night he was doing ATS, I was doing Waseca County. He's back on Louisiana with some big old cultivating equipment. And while you're here, go ahead and give me a like. Subscribe if you feel like it. Doesn't hurt anything. Go to Cajun's channel, like and subscribe as well. We try to help each other out, you know, making sure people know of other awesome content creators that are streaming Farm Sim and ATS. And if you go into a stream, say, hey, Shane sent me over, or Hobby Corner sent me over, aka Hobby Corner Shane is the channel name. Quarters of the way done with this harvesting contract. And because I like supporting other streamers, let's find somebody else who's live that's streaming Farm Sim. Watch monkey. Okay. Let's pull him up. Give him a like as we come in. hey, hey. I said, hey, hey. And then there's a little dance routine that'll come up if you continue that song. Let me know in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. I said, hey, hey. Not really an obscure movie. Pretty popular. $502 wage payment for finishing up those contracts. AI workers are robbing me blind. But I just made, like $30,000 on that, so really can't complain. Zoom out. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on the 5th pass. Getting close. Getting close. Bring it back to the combine view for a little bit. Guy I need to pull up, but this is a private one, so And it doesn't exactly matter which hopper we put this in because this trailer is going to be pretty much full when we're done. Good morning, sweetheart. You guys got all yours? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Nice hot coffee. Gotta love a good batch of coffee. Turn that on. Lock on the GPS. Let's go ahead and set the cruise. Lower that down. All the buttons pressed on the side panel, courtesy of Gold Gaming. Another amazing content creator. And I think let's go here. We'll do a little something here. That's why I like Streamlabs. I don't have to look up links of content creators I want to share. It only takes a few minutes to get it set up too. OBS does the same thing, but you've got to incorporate bots into it, so I'm not exactly sure how that works. But Streamlabs, since that's what I use for my streaming system, I'm automatically linked in there. It's got its own cloud bot. It does a whole bunch of things. So yeah, there's commands that you can do. Exclamation point gold brings up Gold Gaming. Exclamation point Mopar brings up Mopar's channel. Exclamation Cajun is Cajun Savage. Just makes it easy to do things. If you want to join the Discord, Hobby Corner has the Discord channel set up. Do an exclamation point Discord, and the link will come up and appear for everybody to join. two green buildings right there on the horizon, right above the hopper of the combine. Like I said, those are two of our new cattle barns. Internal feedlots. Nothing in them yet. We don't have the cattle to go in there. We're waiting until calving season, which will be February. I may have to pull that up. Almost done with this field. And the YouTube notification that I got was for another upcoming game that I've been waiting on. Donuts. Coffee and donuts. Yummy. You know what, while we're here, I'm just going to do this, because we'll have to unload one more time when we're all done. Instead of driving from that end all the way up to the trailer, we'll just empty while we're close. And we'll put this in front. Kind of spread the load out amongst the axles. just locked on course. And there we go. And back to another donut bite. Last pass and we're done. So instead of driving all the way over there, I'm just going to park the combine at the approach and bring the semi up to it. See, I think right there because of that hill. I didn't want to have to drive up that hill to try to get under the combine. Okay, front hopper is full, middle hopper. All right. Harvest is done. Let's go ahead and get this to the grain mill. Oh, come on, little white car. Okay, let's go to the front hopper. Alright, that's empty. Let's take a look at all the hoppers. Yep, bone dry. And I still got the one trailer over there. Oh, come on, car. Jeez Louise. Matsy's grandma. I've got to look at something on the map. I forget what that building is. I think I know what it is. And I'm just going to zip over here. It's the animal dealer. Okay. So that's the dumping point for the foodstuffs. That's the buying point. Okay, I thought it was something different. Maybe that location right there would be prime spot for... Yeah, I think so. But that's neither here nor there right at the moment. It won't be for another year or two before we can really start making a profit on beef cattle. Like I said, we're not worried about saving any of this. We don't have room in our silo for sunflowers anyway, and the location where I wanted to put another silo is currently occupied. So in front. And 100. An extra 1,200 bucks. All right. So that contract is done. get this over to the farm. Our grass field is looking pretty fine. We can leave those guys there. We'll get the dealership to come get them. What the hell? Okay, we are back home, and I'm gonna do a little flattening here. We need to fix this corner. And we're gonna smooth. This corner is a bit rough. Alright, I think that's good there. Yeah, putting a bunker silo down here is not going to be conducive to anything. This area up here would be perfect, nice and flat, plenty of working area. I want to get this one out of here. I could put another set of grain silos right here, or an extension when it comes down to it. Silo extension. So if anything, I would do this one here. Be nice if they would snap into place. But then, yeah, it would extend this way, I think, as well, when we come down to it. Be neat if it actually changed the setup up here where the my cursor's at. My cursor is not moving, which means my mouse is dead again. Batteries I got are absolute garbage. But anyway, that's that. We're not worried about the bunker silos right now, or the grain silos. And like I said, I can only hold 4 different grains in here. I've got barley, corn, oats, and soybeans. So we need to monitor how much we put in here. Like soybeans, I'm at 100,000 liters, or 104,000. And as soon as I reach the 200,000, that's as much as I can put in there. But we'll be selling that stuff off before the soybeans are... It actually feels a lot better even walking up it. Anything in the market? We got a John Deere 6R. Not interested in that. We are interested in looking out for one of these guys. Everybody goes with the Merlot. I like the Merlot because you can put a big weight on the back of it. We don't need that. We're not planting with it. Tires really don't matter on this, but we'll probably stick with our Michelin theme. But that can wait for now. You can wait till next year. Let's go ahead and collect on that contract. Fertilizing. Stone picking. We ain't doing that. Yep. Alright. Let's go ahead and we fed our cattle this morning. They're doing good on straw and TMR. Let's go ahead and jump to the next month. And then we got some things that we can sell. If I remember correctly. Straw, soybeans is in June. Oats are sold in December. Barley sold in December. We don't need to worry about chickens. There we go. We got the mouse back. Yeah, we don't have to worry about chickens. We don't have anything leased. Scrolling through the list. Yeah, let's go ahead and sleep till December. And look at that snow accumulating. I should have put him away last night. Yeah, we got a foot of snow on the ground. It's going to be fun trying to sell stuff. Yep, didn't take that much for these little guys. So we'll just leave the trailer there. we don't have to worry about feeding until March. Because we're full on capacity for food, 33,000 liters. We got about almost that amount in here. We only put 10,000 liters in there for the month time frame, so we're good there. So yeah, snowing all day long. Man, we gotta get that stuff sold. Okay, let's we'll I can't remember what I got where. Prices. We're selling the oats and we're selling the barley. And right now the grain mill looks to be about the best price for the barley. The oats, $6.32. Cereal factory is $6.43. So we get to take the oats all the way into town. And the barley is the grain mill. I think that's in town too. I don't see nothing flashing there. Yep, there's the grain mill, and the cereal factory is just along the way. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the oats into the front hopper, or the barley, because that's 15,000 liters. And then we'll put the oats into the rear. So we're going to load barley. Okay, we got all the barley, it looks like. And now we'll get the oats into the back. Yep, that's what I figured. So, how many liters can this hold? So 301 RP. $18.5. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab the. Yeah, it's on the front of this guy. Yep, we're just going to leave the trailer there. And we'll load up to this trailer here. Instead of bringing the semi back and forth on multiple trips and needing the road plowed, we're going to get this guy loaded up with the rest of the oats. And we're going to snow blower our way into town. That way we can get our semi in there. We'll do a path in, a path out. And we'll make sure to turn our beacons and stuffs on. Working lights. And we'll go ahead and start it. Drop her down. Yep, this is going to be a slow process to do this, but with as much snow as it's coming down, we need to get these grains sold. We got to do this. Ninja Buggy, welcome in. Good to see you. And name does not sound familiar, so I believe you're a first-time visitor. Welcome to Hobby Corner. We gotta make our way into town to unload some grain. Or sell it, I should say. And doesn't look like anybody's coming. Frickin' Matsy. Ugh. And I think we need to buy a bigger snow thrower. Is there a bigger one? Winter equipment. There's only the one, so we're gonna have to look for a mod, see if we can get one that's wider. It's a heck of a pile of snow. If we shoot it up all the way in the air, it kind of disappears. I don't know what you guys are complaining about. I'm sitting here doing a good service for you. Good thing we don't have to worry about cattle up here. Oh, they turned. Yeah, I think we need a wider snow thrower. How many cars follow me? Hey, nobody followed me. School buses are on their way around town. You know, if they want to get in front of me, they can get in front of me. I don't care. Fine, just, you know, drive in the snowpack. And watch when I get the semi out here on the road, the road will be covered in snow again. It'd be cool if AI was set to where if there's snow on the ground, they wouldn't drive on it. If I remember right, this needs to go. The barley is the grain mill, and the oats is at the cereal factory. Tag place. A big old line of cars behind me. Excuse me. The last time I came up here last winter to sell stuff, it was in January, I want to say. And yeah, my truck went into the ditch up here. I learned my lesson. And it was a situation where I turned the corner back yonder, you know, that intersection. And all of a sudden the snow just, boom, it just appeared. So I took my finger off the gas trigger, and it was right around in here where all of a sudden the truck just went sideways and right into the ditch. I had something in it from one of the harvests. I forget what it was. But it was December or January when I sold it. But anyway, we're going to get up here. We're going to do a lap around the block. We're going to unload this at the cereal factory. And then we'll just park this at the shop for now. Bring our semi up here. Just so that we can try to progress further. And we'll probably call it after that, after we bring the semi up here. And then I'll maintain the cows over the winter time until March/April when I can start planting again. Get set up for the next time we stream. Yeah, because there's really nothing here in the market that we need. And we don't need the 6R, we don't need that thing. We really don't need this guy. And I'm going to look for another mod, or few mods, for trying to get wider snow throwing equipment. And possibly faster. Because this 6 mile an hour is just not fun. Should be the cereal factory. Just make sure on the map. Cereal factory, we are right there. Is the building on the corner? Because that one's, I believe, is a grape oil mill. Okay, where's the grape? grape. Okay, it's right there. All right, so we are at the cereal factory. We will go ahead and dump our oats. Okay. Yeah, it's what I thought. We sat there and it took us too long, and the road is covered up again. Yeah, there's so much snow coming down that yep. Come on. Come on, semi. Yeah, this is no joke for the snow. Makes me happy that I'm on other maps that I turn the snow off. No joke. Yeah, the half an hour it took us to get into town. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. The snow is accumulating fast. So we'll leave the semi parked up there at the market. And let the maintenance shop give it a good once over. Oh look, the snow cleared out right there. It hasn't populated back. There we go. Come on, get around the corner. We gotta get up here before the snow accumulates again. And I put the oats in the back container. Probably get close to a foot and a half now on the ground. Yep, boats are in the back. And the grain mill is right there. Okay, so that was 5,000 finances. So we made $23,000 from the selling of stuff. Like I said, we're just going to take this over to the equipment shop and we'll have them give it a good look over. All right, let me turn that off. So yeah, we finally made it into town. We finally got the winter grains sold. That was a bit of a trek there. I'm not gonna lie, that was not fun. And now we get to make our trip back over to the farm. But that'll be off episode, because we just got to take care of the cattle over the winter time. There's nothing that we are going to be doing. You know, we're not cultivating in the snow. We're not plowing in the snow. That stuff's gonna just wait. You know. So yeah, I want to thank every single one of you guys for joining me today. Thank you for the subscriptions, the likes, all the comments that we had going on. I appreciated it all. And until next weekend, we'll catch you back on Waseca County. Catch you later.